Okay, hi. Here's another deck profile, which I'm actually planning to possibly use in real life. It's for the Nekroz, or Nekloths, if you want to call them, um, which is probably one of my favorite decks, if not my favorite deck for this kind of format, because it's really consistent, and even with the new ban, this hasn't been hurt too much. Um, and I do kind of like this. Again, this was kind of like my first deck that I had, and I based it off some of the ones, so you can easily substitute some of these cards if you so desire for different ones. It is kind of a flexible deck, so we'll get started into it. So for the Neckcloth side of it, we're going to be having 3 copies of Shurit, the Strategist of the Nekroz, and then we're going to be having our double Rhinoc, because we can only have 2, the 1 Colossus, 1 Decisive Armor, triple Trish, and then double Unicorn. Um, I'll go over the effects in a second. Then for the non-side of it, we're going to have triple Senju, triple Manju, double Jin, because we are running the Jin engine, and the Debris Dragon. I'll explain that in a second. Then for the spells, we're going to be having, let's just change that. We're going to have Book of Moon, double Lance, double MST, then double Necrocycle, double Kaleidoscope, and then double Mirror. The 1 Night Beam, Potter Dichotomy, the 1 Prep, because we only have 1 now, Rageki, and then Ritual Cage, and then 3 Royal Decrees. Then for the side deck, we're going to have the 1 Black Rose for field clearance, Cirrus, 1 Gungear, 2 Herald of the Arclight, 1 Leo Keeper of the Secret Tree, 1 Shooting Quasar, and 1 Shooting Star. I'll explain that in a second as well. Then 1 Castal, 1 Emerald, Exiton, Cowboy, Gaia Dragon, Exabeetle, and then 1 Dyson Sphere. And then for the side deck, this is kind of just kind of like a nothing really set yet. You have 1 BLS, 1 Flying Sea, Maxi, Dark Hole, Double Nobleman, Black Horn, Bottomless, Chain Disappearance, Compulse, Solemn, and Vanities. So that's it for the deck. So you probably know these kind of effects by now because many people use Nekroz. They're kind of a tier 1 deck. So I'll explain some of the combinations that you can do with it. The reason why I run Debris Dragon in this, along with the Black Rose and the Gungear, is because Shurit only has 300 attack, so you can easily summon this, bring out the Shurit, and then go straight for the Synchro for 7 play, and it is useful obviously for clearing the field and everything. And then for certain combinations, like the reason why I run Quasars in here, because you have one combination which you can do. What you do is you activate your Kaleidoscope, send Quasar from your extra to the grave, and then summon both the Bryos. Then you overlay them into the Exabeetle, which will automatically allow you to equip the Quasar. Then you send that on one of your opponent's face-up cards to the grave, and then Quasar's effect goes off when it leaves the field. You get a special summon Shooting Star from your extra deck, and obviously that is why that is in there as well. So you have that as kind of a combination. Another one is using one such as like Marju for set up the Unicorn, use Kaleidoscope to send Herald of the Arclight to the grave, and then summon the Unicorn. And then Arclight acts as the Marju or Senju, which lets you add a ritual monster or a ritual spell from your deck. So it works out just like that. That's the only reason why it's in there. And then obviously Potter Dichotomy, you have so many different kind of types in there. You've got warriors, you have dragons, you have fiends, fairies, just a big mixture in there. So obviously you can use that for recycling purposes. Ritual Cage is kind of in there in case you're bombing into one-on-ones, and then Roll Decrease is in there to help with trap removal, because you don't want any other traps in this deck, so it doesn't really hurt too much. And then the triple Trishula, it doesn't really matter. You could change it to 1 because 3 kind of clogs it. Because the job of Trish is that you can't use it for another Trish summon. So you could easily replace that one of these with another Colossus or another one with a like a Valkyrus, for instance. Like I said, this is kind of like an early setup for the deck, but it is flexible. Like I said, many people have different variants of it, and they would run stuff like Effect Veilers and everything. But in this kind of format, I like to run Debris Dragon if I'm using Shurit, because it's useful for those Synchro for 7 plays. So yeah, you have that. Yeah, the Night Beam is just useful to get rid of like threatening roars and everything. So there's that. Some of these cards are in the side deck. Change Disappearance is mainly used for burning abyss decks, and then Nobleman's used mainly for Shadows. There's not really much you can use to kind of stop a mirror match for this unless you use like a Mind Crush. So yeah, that's it's, like I said, this is kind of a flexible deck. Book of Moon and Raigeki are useful for the Jin locks because obviously the thing with the Jin is that obviously if you use Spiritual Summon, the monster has to be face up on the field so that your opponent can't Special Summon any monsters. But that's the only thing about it. Most of the time it does work pretty well, and you can use it. And then you have stuff like using Dyson Sphere for those rank 9 plays. Guide Rang's just in there because obviously X-Speed is a one-time use. And then the rest of them are kind of self-explanatory. Leo's just in there to kind of help get some other plays off, like if you're using a Bryamak and then a Unicorn. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time for the next video that I do. So long, take care.